So I had an idea for an experiment, and to see if a WRX lip would fit on 4th generation Subaru Legacy. I know the CS style lip does with some modification, so I'm not sure why any others wouldn't. But I bought a random Subaru WRX S204 lip, and we'll see if it fits on here, and we'll see what modifications I have to do to make it fit. And if it does, let's roll the dice.
Well, look what came. Last tracking said it was still in Syracuse, but sure did come today. So let's see how it looks. So it's pretty well packaged, at least from the outside. Lots of staples I had to take out. So anyways, but it looks pretty good. Let's see how it working here. It seems to be intact. It does seem to look pretty good. It comes with the hardware and some clips. And we shall see. You have a bunch of screws and the bumper clips. I'm sure those are needed somewhere, but for me, I don't know if it's going to really fit or what I'm going to have to do to retro this. I've read some forums and that's about it. So follow along. We'll see how it goes, good or bad. It might not be good. This isn't an expensive lip. It's $65. I think it was $70 plus including tax. So we'll see how it goes and hopefully it works. So you're not going to need very many tools for this job. And if you have the Legacy lip, you won't need this saw at all. But for the WRX retro fit, you're going to want some vice grips, some sorted vice grips, so you can mock it up on the bumper. Doesn't really matter if you take the bumper off or leave it on. It's up to you. I used just a hairdryer, but you can use a heat gun to heat the bumper. And then just the screw gun to fasten it on there. If you have the Legacy lip, you'll have the little plastic clips, and if you have one of those like these, and if you have one of those clip tools, it'll make it a little easier. So these are the tools you're going to need for this job: vice grips, hairdryer, heat gun, screw gun. If you get the WRX lift, a saw to saw off the ends. But don't forget to keep the ends so you can replace them if you choose. So we're just going to mock this up for the moment, just to make sure it's going to sort of fit. It looks like it will, with maybe slight modification, maybe no modification. Hopefully no modification, but we'll see. The lip from Basin looks high quality. I mean, it's just plastic. It's not carbon or anything. Might carbon fiber wrap it later. Anyhow, we're gonna get busy on this. And so I didn't take the bumper off. I just supported the car at the front with a couple of jacks and jack stands. So a little mock fit with just some vice grips lightly holding it in place. And it's not bad, except for, as you can see, on both sides, it's about 1.5 inches too long. And then if I can make it fit, but then the corner here is not correct. So I think what I have to do is cut off the lip right there. I can heat the rest of it to make it fit perfectly, which is no problem. When I take it off the car to wrap it, it will be, I'll put an end on it, because basically I'm gonna, if you can see, there's an end on it, a plastic end, which I'm now gonna have to cut off. But I'm gonna try to salvage the plastic end, that way I can just kind of get it back on there before I wrap it. So that's basically what's gonna happen, is I'll just cobble it back together before I wrap it, and then once I wrap it, you'll never know the difference. So I got it pretty much centered up where I want it. I'm gonna make some final adjustments, and then I'm gonna start screwing it in. We are not going to use the clips since they don't line up on the WRX bumper. And we're just going to use the screws provided, and then if I need more, I have some tech screws that I'm going to use as well. But we'll see how it goes. And basically I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to heat and screw it in until I get to the, to the curve, basically. And then I'm going to mark the end, and I'm going to cut it off, and then I'm going to screw the rest on once it's sort of lined up and in place. Alright, so here we are on the other side. We're going to do basically the same thing and just align it up and screw it in. And then I'm going to leave the last bit so I can cut those ends off. And we'll see what we're going to do with those. So that's all that's left except for cutting off the ends and then securing the ends, and it looked pretty good. It wasn't that difficult. So we're getting closer. We just got to do either end and cut off that excess on either end, and we should be in good shape. And I'll keep the ends, and when I go to wrap it, I'll refinish those ends properly. So we're going to cut this little end off, and then we're going to finish this bumper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up where I think it should go, and then I'm just going to score it a little bit where I think it should get cut. And then I'm going to look at it. I don't know if you can see the scoring, but I can. But it looks just about right. And I'm going to look at it as opposed to the other side. That looks just about right as well. make sure you're cutting straight. Cut straight here. Probably not. Yep, there we go. That's what you're left with. And that looks pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now I'll just finish fixing this side. I gotta get this end to go in a little bit. So we're just gonna heat this corner up real quick. Bend this in so I can screw this in, and then this will kind of have to come out a little bit. So it's gonna be something like that. But we gotta heat it up. Probably enough. So we got one last screw to throw in here, right on the end. This, get right down here, you can kind of almost see the screw, but I'm not too worried about it because you're not going to be able to see it. And there I kind of took care of it, sort of. So the cut's pretty straight. It looks pretty decent. I don't love the open end like that, but we'll take care of that in the future. Otherwise, the lip went on pretty good. It looks pretty good. Seems pretty straight and lined up. So I'm pretty pleased.
And that does it for me today with the WRX lip retrofit onto this 05 Subaru Legacy wagon. And it turned out pretty good. Almost kind of exceeded my expectations. Yeah, I have no complaints. And so pretty much any WRX lip should fit with some massaging on 05 Subaru Legacy. Thanks for watching.